Hello and welcome to Pardon the Interception, season 35, week 6, with myself, Simon Wood.
Me, Lee Wood.
Me, Simon Wood, who's still in week 5. Wouldn't be a classic Lee introduction about the wrong week being told.
It wouldn't, because it's written at the top of the gridiron site for week 6 as the deadline, and I do not read that at all.
I mean, it does have week 5 written in the middle of the screen.
Yes, but I have the Zoom bar over that at the minute. Anyway, let's take a look around what happened in the leagues this week. Let's see if the dumbasses lost.
That's an important game at the very top for a reason I only realised when I checked my game this week.
Pistol 71, Gunslingers 0.
Look who I'm playing, Lee. And look who it is.
Gary fucking Stevens.
It's Gary fucking Stevens. He's in my fucking division.
Have you only just realised that? Oh dear.
I only just realised that. I'm bigging him up in the big sky, and he's a big dog in the GFL.
And let me guess, you've dropped him an email already of just a voice clip of you saying, Gary fucking Stevens.
Not yet. That's on the to-do list.
I'm disappointed that you only put good game Gary in the comments.
I should have yeah. Don't rub it in too much.
I'm not seeing any surprise results this week.
I'm surprised the Hulk lost to the Rindrose. I thought that was it was going to happen this year.
I mean, I'm surprised Gary scored 21 points, but that's just off of previous seasons.
It's going to be a good year for Gary this year. He's going to make the playoffs. He'll probably embarrass me in week 10 when I play him, but let's ignore that.
Fair enough.
Might be going for first win incentive or something.
Quite a few close games here. Bulls
yes.
losing. They were doing quite well, if I remember correctly.
So were the Heroes, I think, as well.
Terrace Steelers is another close one. Hawks.
Which with no name.
Yeah, Hawks beat the Witchcraft away. Rockets beat the Cannons away as well. Quite a lot of away wins here.
Let's have a look at what that's done to the old standings. Dummer are somehow top. Second.
Go Dharma.
Second to Gary fucking Stevens.
Yeah. Knocked him off the top spot, didn't I? What the fuck's that accent?
Aaron's top as well. You've gone more South African there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where Gary fucking Stevens is from.
He's British, I believe, but lives in Australia.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very awful Australian impression. Is actually
oh yeah,
appropriate. Even better.
Didn't I say last week he does have an Australian accent?
You might have. I can't really remember.
True.
My memory doesn't go that far back. Come on, Lee.
A pretty big loss for the Dodgers. They lost to the Blaze, having started the season 4-0. Now right back in the mix.
The points the Raiders have put up is a bit scary.
Well, I guess they played the Armadillos this week, right?
Yeah. They've also got to lose to the Rindrose at some point.
Yeah. When do I get that rite of passage? Sure, you join the GFL, you lose to Dave Russell.
I think the rite of passage is you have a trade involving Dave Russell.
Oh, okay. You have to get it has to be like a 4-way trade, right?
Oh, Dave Russell gets involved in every single trade in the GFL. No trades happen in the GFL without Dave Russell being involved.
It's kind of a big loss for Gary, though. Now 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And well behind. Same for the Bulls. Bulls have dropped right off with that loss. Big news is the Wildcats scored 10 points, so they're no longer bottom seed because the Gunslingers conceded 71 points or something.
How many teams in one league can tank at the same time?
It's a real battle because it's only like 23 points between the two.
What,
of them,
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the Goats and the Quaker are also. I mean, the Goats have scored 6 points all season.
There's 7 different teams tanking. It is madness.
It's an
Race to the bottom.
extraordinary percentage.
What is going on?
Yeah. I want it to be the shittest draft class ever.
That would be hilarious.
It's weird because there's 7 teams with 0 wins, but there's no teams with only 1 win.
Yeah, that is odd.
You're either tanking or you're not.
Yeah.
You're either tanking or competing. There's no in between.
AFC East is looking interesting though.
Yes, AFC East is the powerhouse at the minute, I think.
They've got the best coaches.
No, that's the AFC North.
No, behave. Kevin
Oh,
Wally's.
I have to say, like the GFL is looking pretty open this year. No one's like running away with their division or anything.
Apart from Dave Russell.
Nah, he's going to get some injuries.
it doesn't matter.
It's the year that the race.
They're wraiths. They come back from injury just as strong.
No, it's the year that the race and rivets fall apart. They
Okay.
get 20 injuries each.
See how many injuries yet. Oh, Dave Russell does have some injuries.
It's happening.
Yeah, but his backups are even better than his starters.
Most of them are special teams play injuries though. So
Should we move on?
Attack the special teams.
Should we move on to the Atlantic?
No.
no.
I'm going to anyway.
Mainly because it wasn't a good week for me. But what's going on with the Bears and Mariners game?
It's a great game.
Tried to tank so hard that you drew.
Pretty much.
And now you've screwed each other over, I imagine. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we look at the
First win incentive still to play for. I decided to take a leaf out of your book, Nick, and I started playing the spread for my set 8 as well, and that actually made my offense better.
There you go. It's all about not worrying about running backs. Big win for the Meerkats. I know
Simples.
Greg isn't really competing much this season, but
Mm.
still got to put the points on the board. Stampede Sharks. That's always a classic. 1 point in it there.
The Spartans at the Bears.
Yeah. Is that the Snow Bears' second loss of the season?
Could be actually. I think they lost last week as well.
Yep, 2 losses.
That's going to be tough for them to come back from with the Spartans and the Rapiers in their division.
Mm.
So look at what the standings are looking like.
The Rapiers do look a bit cheesy this year.
Can't believe me and Kendall drew.
There's 3-0-5 teams now.
These are Cyclones are a lock for the first seed now, or the Sonics.
But you got the Warriors as well.
They can still win.
I guess. Actually, no, the Warriors are beating them. Warriors are in there as well.
It's a real battle at the bottom.
Yeah. The beardy weirdy.
But yeah, Mariners are better.
I mean, the Sonics and Cyclones still have to play each other.
Oh, good point.
So they might draw as well.
They played each other once or twice as well, is the question.
I only played Candle once, but I don't know about
Cyclones
that.
and the Sonics play each other twice.
Man,
Split the series.
So that gets rid of that. You know, you might get rid of at least one, if not 2 of them for you.
Yeah.
Leaves you with the Warriors. You got to hope they pick up a win somehow.
They weren't too far off beating the Kings this week.
They'll get a win in week 7 for the Warriors.
So
week 8.
Who are they playing week 8?
Scorpion.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Nick's got to go 5-1 now.
I know. Easy.
I'm just making it difficult for myself, that's all. We'll go 1-4 to start the season, and we'll play no running back all season.
Fair enough.
Like it.
Just blitz the outside linebackers every down.
Yeah, this one, the Atlantic's not looking quite as open as the G, by the looks of it.
Now the CFC North looks tough.
Yeah, I think that one's skewed a little bit because they all played CFC East twice.
Fair.
But I mean, the MFC looks like there's 4 teams you can probably get close to saying are locked in already. Blues, Outlaws, Rapiers, Spartans. Like, I'm really seeing losing enough to not be in the playoffs. MFC West just want to beat each other up.
Yeah, we're basically hockey teams at the minute.
Yeah.
We hold a league record for being the only person to be sent off for trying to stab another player with a skate.
And you've got like the Meerkats and the Snow Bears.
Yeah.
And the Comets. Comets have a nice 82 points for, 82 points against, 5 games in. With
Nice
the 2-2-1 as well. Like, so yeah, that's interesting on that side.
What they need is another tie this week, and then the symmetry is complete.
Yeah. I like the CFC. It looks like, I mean, at the moment, Heroes, Barbarians, Stampede, Sharks, Tigers, and then whoever wins their CFC East, which looks like the Magpies at the moment. But like, you can't really write off the Stingrays or the Avalanche. I think
No.
Good enough squads. Be interesting to see.
Anything else before we move on to the Riveting League?
Next week's the week to watch.
The week of Gary fucking Stevens.
It is gonna. It's not week 6. It's the week of fucking Gary Stevens.
Well, the Rivets one.
That's a Gary fucking Stevens.
For a change.
Generals are still smashing it.
Super Weasels lost.
Maroons lost. Yeah.
Giant Hornets won.
And nothing's really jumping out at me here as like a hugely surprising result. I thought the Maroons would probably win this week, but they didn't. Beyond that,
how many yards did Tripson get?
not enough.
236.
You got nine
yards.
Yeah, see what that's done to the league tables. I think most of those games probably went as we expected them to. Conrad's still sitting there, top of the PFC North.
Gary fucking Stevens.
They beat the Maroons, so
I really need to remember to revoke Simon's whiteboard privileges before we start these.
Why?
For fun.
It's important for the big sky. Because, like, I don't know, Rich and Rich show all these league tables on the left-hand side. I don't even need to bother.
Oh, dear.
good to see caretaker coach Phil Haggis is still top of the PFC South.
Yeah, with a tie. That tie wasn't this week, was it?
I don't think so. Was it Eagles?
Eagles.
They beat Fulham quite convincingly. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it does come down to that Rivets Surfers game or games.
Mm.
I guess the Packers could have something. Who knows? Is it Rivets Surfers is next week? Let's see what's the preview saying. Rivets by 2 points.
We've told you what the preview says, Nick.
It doesn't say Gary fucking Stevens.
That's a bug.
It will when Simon goes in and adds it as a comment.
I was going to add it as a bug report. Submit a bug report. Gary Stevens' name is incorrect. That's a great way to get R&R to like you.
And still, the Rivets only have one injury. Man, there's a lot of comments on that game already. Be an interesting one. That's the game we're all watching next week. We'll watch it live on PTI.
Tell you what, we'll do it play by play live.
There we go. That sounds like a plan.
It does indeed. Anything else before we move on? We probably look around the rest of the league. NFC looking kind of tight.
Yeah, Sharks and Buccaneers. It's been quite interesting seeing the Buccaneers come back after that sort of one season off. Well, they traded out Davies, didn't they? And then not done too badly. Giant Hornets are up there as always on Tripson. Phoenix 5-0. Beverly Bay Packers are top of theirs. Stormers haven't looked too bad this season as well. So
I was just reading Gary fucking Stevens' comments. He's lost one of his players and isn't very happy.
Well,
He's lost one of his players.
He doesn't seem very happy about the game.
it's quite
Disappoints me.
a few good games next week. You got Stormers at the Bay Packers or the Beverly Bay Packers.
By the way, Simon, I just remembered something, and I will put it in the group chat.
Did you put it in the badger, mushroom?
Yeah.
The tightest division is that PFC East though. Top two teams are 3 and 2, both 2-0 in division. Points for 132 and 130. Points against 109 and 108. There you go.
I'm very confused.
That is Gary fucking Stevens.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Just so you can put a face to the name.
I like it when I don't have a face for the name.
Yeah.
I assumed he looked like the bloke on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here that does the treat shack thing.
You're talking to at least one person that's never watched an episode of that show.
I'm just assuming he looks like that. Can't remember the bloke's name. Kiosk Kev, something like that. Kiosk Keith.
Anything else before we move on to the Continental and derail this even more?
Oh, you guys have already derailed it enough.
Fair enough.
Clearly, it's a riveting league. Though.
It is. That's why we derail it. Oh, the Badgers 66 points. That could only mean one thing.
Storm was rested. He's coming for the playoffs. That's what's going to happen. And Guta with a few yards there.
It's not quite Strom level.
No Strom. No fucking Strom. I was expecting like a game over offense and Strom to come on, but no.
Where's that set up? I'm disappointed.
Whack him in the game over offense, Jason. Then he get his yards.
Come on, Jason.
There you go. Even Mark agrees. When was Strom making an appearance? Is he in the game over? See?
Mark knows his shit.
You got to give the fans what they want, and they want Strom. Fuck me. Hangers Angels 63-61.
That's what the fans want.
Didn't they have a similar game last season?
I think so, yeah. So they just the
like
two teams that have no defenses against each other.
Was it the previous?
It's in the preview. You can get the previous, can't you? Yeah.
61-59. This season, they thought they'd go a little bit better. Look at this.
50-56.
Last three seasons have been absolute barnstormers. They've just gone out and they're like, nah, we're not playing defense.
I tell you what, you know that there's 22 players on the field. Why don't we just both put out 22-player offenses and see how many we can rack up.
Yeah. I mean, the Hangers quarterback racked up 641 yards. So that's quite a few yards.
It's a gentle stroll for Strom.
And mind you, Gregory got 5 touchdowns and 357 yards for the Yorkshire Angels, North Yorkshire Angels.
Yeah, 30-yard average.
Well, also so they passed for 641 yards, and then they still rushed for another 219 yards.
You've got to keep that offense balanced, right?
Well,
it's amazing it was so close.
The running back banged in 6 touchdowns. Red zone, let's go.
But yeah. So Westies won like that.
Another win for the Brooklyn Park Bombers. First Nation Thunderbirds lost.
Yes, to the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Machine.
Classics lost after their little mini revival.
The short-lived revival.
I like the way that the bottom 2 results are exactly the same.
Copy paste. Copy pasta. I don't think that's going to change the league tables much. I think it.
Jason
Jason,
nearly wrapped it
you
up. Strom doesn't get a
can
game soon.
play Strom. Put in the game over. You don't need to win many more. Admittedly, playing for a number 1 seed, but still, game over.
Yeah.
It also reduces your risk of injury to Snow and Anguissa if you mix him in.
Well, they're also playing the Express this week, so
Definitely play Strom.
it's his chance.
Wheel him out. Have a testimonial. It's all good.
We get Renegades badges in week 8. Should be quite good.
Yeah. I think that's probably the one that's going to determine first seed, if anything.
I guess
Most
the Eagles have a shout as well.
They have a shout, but given
the amount of points the Badgers and Renegades score, it's most likely going to be them on point difference.
Well, but the other thing is, the Badgers division looks prime for them to rack up a lot of points. So,
that is true.
I still can't believe the Angels are 0-5, but they're obviously not tanking after they put up 61 points against the Hangers.
They're trying. I like that.
Yeah,
but the offense is trying. The defense has kind of gone to bed.
Sure, but it's it's really unlucky that you can put a result up like that and still be 0-5.
To be fair, they have had a schedule from hell. They've played the Park Bombers, the Westies, the Renegades, the Hangers.
Oh, that is
so 3 5-0 teams.
Yeah,
that's a schedule you look at before the season and go, do I just go for the first overall pick because this schedule is just hell?
Yeah. They'll probably pick up a few wins, but they've got to play the Park Bombers again.
For another Barnstormer.
Yeah. I got the Venom in week 10. That'll be
That's a last
battle of the A5.
Battle for the last pick. But the Express might have something to say about that. What, 5-5-0 teams? It's quite a few 4-1 teams as well, actually. I say that there's 3. No, 4. Sorry, I missed the machine at the bottom there.
Right, anything more before we move on to the Delta?
I think the RFC East, the top teams have close to wrapping up there. They're far enough ahead that they should pick up their divisions.
They should, yeah.
It's a wild card race for the rest.
Delta fans, prepare to see numbers.
Zeppelin. Come on, you Zeppelin.
Bottom result is interesting for me.
Interesting for you, or just an
Just interesting that the Chaos turned over the Warriors by such a large amount.
What about the Enlightenment beating the Colts?
I think Simon might agree when I say that's the Jeff factor.
No comment.
That laugh was already the agreement I needed. 49ers back to winning. York beating the Flopperheads.
That doesn't surprise me. York are great.
It-
The big one is normal service was resumed at the Hayes. Mad Dog is back to his normal service. Yeah, 4 wins, and then he had a few too many beers probably, or a couple of whiskeys too many.
Is Gold injured yet?
Or not enough. We're not sure. Yeah, he picked up a C.
Finally.
Guess what?
That's all
I'm
I'm
still
48
gonna
carries.
I'm still gonna play it because he still plays at over level 20.
There's some huge receiving weeks, receiving games this week.
I'm
Usually-
surprised we haven't had like loads of moaning from Kendall because Tatlock got a B.
Well, he's the most carries in the league, right?
I think there's been more important things afoot the last week in Kendall's life,
But
unfortunately.
no, Tatlock getting a B is quite important.
So
Someone given Kendall Ritalin.
but
As I said,
Admittedly,
Tatlock got B.
looking at these stats, it looked like a well fought game. So
Oh yeah, definitely. They're pretty well matched teams. That's why that division's always quite interesting to watch.
it is definitely an interesting one. Let's see what the standings look like at the minute.
Zeppelin.
5-0 Zeppelin, 4-1 Hornets.
It's only 2 5-0 teams. Interesting.
Zeppelin and the Cougs.
You don't see that very often.
You know,
VFC West has 3-4-1 teams.
And the VFC East has 4-1-4, 3-1-1.
I love the fact that Madog's gone from first to third.
And
I said normal service has resumed.
I think the Monarchs are close to locking up that the first seed.
Oh, given some of the information that Paul has shared about his roster, that was a given before the season even started. I don't think he was capable of not getting the number 1 seed.
Fair. But yeah, given the other leagues, there's been some teams close or in the region. No, there's no one in this one.
Yeah, definitely worth a call out.
Well, what's worth a look is the Venom Hornets game this week. Absolute daylight robbery, that game. Absolute daylight robbery.
Well, you should have stopped their running backs.
Yeah, if you stop the run, it probably would have gone a lot better.
Also, your players shouldn't have been thrown to the opposition as well.
I'm a passing team, and I got twice the number of first downs as a running team.
Yeah.
Well, it was because you threw 74 interceptions.
Well,
Twice the overall yardage,
Well,
Still
you did
hopefully.
also throw it. You did also throw it to them 4 times.
Oh yeah, true.
So,
That
you
might-
have the ball.
That might have to be the problem.
What was their special teams like?
It's pretty even.
Also, it depends on
I
the
say.
weather, right?
No, really
Murphy
wasn't.
did pretty well.
Their kickoffs were.
Depends how wet it was as well, because Aquaman can surely only perform in the rain.
He gets a special bonus in the rain.
Anything else before we move on?
No.
The Empire, the League of Kings.
Well, the league has the Kings in it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Does it?
High Hunters won. That's good. Thunder in Herd. Nick, disappointed.
We already know they're having a bad season.
R Cube lost. Russians won.
Russians beat the Wranglers.
Yeah.
Man, quite convincingly as well. Thought the Wranglers might do a little bit better in that game.
Mm.
Boise lost. Yeah.
I think there's some changes to the standings, a mix up in the standings a little bit after those. This is usually where the Empire gets more interesting. BFC North, nice and close.
Yeah. Yeah, like Jaguars beating the Tigers has opened that one up.
Mm.
Griffins are hanging on to the Red Bulls, just about. So
Russians look like they get the BFC West wrapped up.
yeah, I think the Lions were up there last season, but not quite there this season by the looks of it. Then like the PFC, we've got the usual suspects, the Bounty, the Storm, and the Kings, top of their divisions.
Yeah, the wild card battle in the PFC East though is insane.
There's the PFC's got a lot of 3 and 2s and 2 and 3s.
Yeah.
But there's 3 teams that are below that. So, I mean, look at the PFC North. The Storm at 5-0.
And 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, yeah.
And it's highly likely they beat up on each other and all miss out on wild cards.
I mean,
potentially.
R Cubed don't seem to be able to win inside their division though.
Yeah. Which could be a big hindrance for them for the postseason. You've got a fairly large number of teams on 3 and 2, 2 and 3 in the BFC as well. You've got 2 1 and 4s, 2 5s, and then everyone else is.
I think it's more that I'm more or less giving the Griffins a playoff berth, so they're playing for one slot, whereas I don't. There's no one that I can really say is a front runner for wild card in the PFC.
Yeah, I mean the BFC. The other thing is all of those teams that are in that mix are all 1 and 1 in their division, so it's like.
Yeah.
Very close. The wild card slots are going to be an interesting one, I feel. And then we've got the Hornets at. Is it Hornets at the Gamblers or the other way around? Can't find their game. Gamblers at Hornets, yeah. This week coming up, and then R Cubed have got the tough game against the Storm, so it doesn't look great for them if they're already 0-2 in the division.
Yeah, that does not bode well.
And then do we? No, we don't have. We don't have Griffins, Red Bulls just yet. I think Jacksonville will likely extend to 6 wins next week. They have the Blue Moon.
It's close to a lock.
You got Jaguars at Templars. Templars on 99 points for, 99 points against. So, yeah. I mean, I think whilst you expect the Jaguars to win that game. That's the game the Tigers need the Jaguars to slip up in, really, to help them out a little bit. But yeah, like I think next week's game should paint a.
It's amazing. This the closer we get to the end of the season, the clearer the playoff picture gets.
Well, like next week being divisional games, helps massively on that front. So,
or not, depending on who wins.
Yeah, that's true. It's just all draws.
Everybody draws 16 draws. Let's go.
I wonder what the largest number of ties in a week ever was
in the GF in a GFL league.
Any league.
I meant in a gridiron league. I'll see if I've got time to research that. Has anybody got anything else before we come to a close?
No.
Hey, with that, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.